Hi everyone and welcome back to OpenTTD with me, Tommy P. First off, an apology for the audio quality in the last video. I've been tinkering around with some settings on my mic and also with the in-game music as well, so hopefully this will be a lot better. So, last time round we set up our fledgling transport company, Fast Track Limited, and started with some bus services in some of the surrounding towns and cities from our home base here in Wayward. Today's video is going to be focusing more on industry and cargo rather than passenger. So I'm going to just introduce you to the industries that are in this XIS industry set, and as you can see there is an absolute ton of them. Really complicated, but we're going to start off with something pretty simple, and that is fish. So we've got a couple of fishing grounds here, and conveniently we have a fishing harbour. Now the great thing with starting off with fish for industry chains is they can be pretty profitable, and in terms of the infrastructure that you need to use for them, it's virtually nothing at all. All you need is a dock and a ship depot. So let's get into that. So we're going to put our first dock down here at Nindhead Fish Market, and then we'll get ourselves a ship depot and we'll pop that there. Probably going to have to get a little bit more loan to do this, so we're going to our ships. Again, we're going to sort by, this time just going to have a look at speed first. The reason being, when you look at cargo payment rates, and if we use passengers just as our baseline and we go to fish here, it does obviously pay a lot more than passengers, as you can see. However, like passengers, the longer it's in transit, the quicker its value falls off, and it does drop off quite drastically, as you can see. So speed is of the essence when it comes to fish. So we're just going to select fish. These are all the different ships that can carry fish. Well, I'll just have a quick look here. So this paddle steamer, 23 miles an hour, carrying 112 tons of fish. Next one down is the Windjammer, which carries a significantly larger amount of cargo, more than double, and is only 1 mile an hour slower than the paddle steamer. And we have this freighter, which again has got a much higher capacity than the previous two, but is a little bit slower. So I think we're going to start with the Windjammer, but they are 32 grand each, so just going to go and max out the loan again. We'll buy one of those. I'll go to this Nindhead Valley first, so that's got 99 tons of fish as opposed to Nindhead Shoals, which is only 54. So we're going to tell it to go there. I don't generally tend to use full orders or full load orders. It is something that you can do. You can tell it basically to go to the destination and it won't leave until it's basically maxed out its capacity. The way I play this game is through what's called balancing. So if you balance the amount of vehicles that you're going to collect cargo or passengers, you shouldn't really ever need to use full load orders. You just get the right amount of vehicles so that as it's arriving there is always a full load for it to collect. However, I am going to tell it when it gets to Nindhead Fish Market to unload it. Sorry, no loading. No, we don't want that. Unload all and leave empty. That's what we want. Okay, so we're going to get that on its merry way. And as last time, we're going to set up some groups. So eventually we probably will have some passenger services using ships. But this will go under freight. And we'll call this Fish to Fishing Harbour. And the way I set these up is whatever the receiving station is, we'll put that name in there. So Nindhead Fish Markets, and then the subgroup from here will be wherever it's collecting cargo from. So Nindhead Valley, and whilst I'm here I'll set up the other one as well, which will be Nindhead Shoals, and then we'll move into the right group. Now, because I've only got the one vehicle in here, what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to hold control this time, but I am just going to clone that vehicle. Now, as I've cloned it when it was in this Nindhead Valley group, it automatically sits in the Nindhead Valley group. However, we don't want it in that one, we want it in this one. So all you do is just move that across, and then we're going to delete that order and tell it to go to here. Instead, set that on its merry way, and off she goes. Let's go and pay back our loan as much as we can. I made a schoolboy error there. Automatically always goes down to the second order, so I'm going to tell that to skip, turn around, go to Nindhead Shoals. Okay, so I'm going to leave that running for now. Just going to get rid of all those just so we can see, as there was one other than I spotted, and here it is. So I'm going to set up a similar service here, create a dock. And this one, this will also be able to take passengers in the future, which is good. So we'll pop that down there, get ourselves a ship depot, and we'll pop that there. And just going to need a little bit of loan to set this one up. Again, we'll go with the Windjammer. And it's good this way, in this patch as well, whatever cargo you select here in the drop down, it will automatically refit to that cargo type rather than you having to go into this menu to do it. Another cool little feature of the JGR patch pack. So this one's going to go to there, and then it's going to go to Ruffingfield Fish Market. We're going to tell it to unload all and no loading. With a ding 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 ding, off it goes. Again, we'll set up another new group in here. So this will be Ruffingfield Fish Market, and that's getting fish from Plunton Shoals. And there it is. Okay, so at the moment, well, there is another fishing ground here. I think that's just going to be just a little bit too far away, I think. Yeah. But at the moment, there isn't anywhere else on the map that we can take fish to. So we'll leave our fishing adventures there. Switch all these back on. So for our next industry chain, I think what we'll have a look at doing is oil. I had a quick look on the map before, and yeah, there's an opportunity for us to transport some oil, which isn't great. However, its value doesn't drop off anywhere near as much as passengers or fish, as an example. But what it does create is petrol, which is pretty high paying, and again, its value doesn't drop off anywhere near as much as fish and passengers again. So we're going to use a couple of these. So just want to show you another little trick here. So you can go into industry chains from this menu here, and if you select oil, so obviously this will tell you all the different industries that produce oil, and then where you need to take that, which is the oil refinery. And if you click on the oil refinery, it'll tell you that once you've taken oil from any of these to the oil refinery, the refinery itself will then make petrochemicals and petroleum fuels, and they can be taken to these relevant places. And then what you can do is this little button here, link to small map, and what that does is only puts the industries in that chain into the map for you, which is quite a useful feature. So the oil refinery that I have in mind is this one here, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4 oil wells in relatively proximity to the refinery itself. So to do that, obviously these are quite some distance away. We're going to have to start using some trains. So if we go to the refinery here, and when we look, the refinery is not in an ideal place, as it's right near this mountain here. I say mountain, it's a small hill, but not ideal, because we're going to need to have 2 stations here eventually. One incoming that will take the oil, and the other will be to take away the petroleum products that the refinery produces. So, not ideal, but it's workable. There's one oil well there, and the others, we have one hidden away in this forest here. In fact, get my transparency options up here. I might just take the trees away just to help us identify where these wells are. We have one up there, it's on a bit of a hill, but then the other 2 are on relatively, well, they are on flat land. Okay, production there. And what we can do here is to create what's called a transfer station. So instead of having to build 2 separate stations, what I'll be doing is building a train station here, and then using road vehicles is connecting the oil wells to that station. So I think these 2 probably the ones that I want to set up first. We'll just have a quick look at the route that we'll take. So we'll have to go around this city here, and to ensure that we don't annoy these cities, before we do that, we'll set up some passenger services within here to keep them happy. And I think we'll bring our tracks through here. Have a little bit of a bridge probably across this bit, around here, and again probably have to build some passenger services in here, and then up to a station which I'll probably build this way, as that will make it a little bit easier when we need to connect this one up here. Okay, so this is going to need quite a lot of money to do, but should become a very profitable line for us. So let's start building our station. So as I mentioned when I was sorting through all the different GRFs that I've got lots of different station options here. which is great. And I'm pretty certain one of these, yeah, oil facilities. So I think we're going to use that there. But first off, just going to, how much is that going to be? 12 grand. I'll just have a quick think about how we're going to do this. Yeah, actually it makes probably more sense to do it here. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Clear a little bit of room for us to work in. And then we'll start putting our station down. So I'm going to be making all of my freight services 8 trains or 8 wagons length in total. Put that down. I'm going to use what's known as a ro-ro station here. Come a little bit up here. Or do I just want to flatten the land? Yeah, that's probably going to be the easiest option, I think. Okay. So let's quickly just go and set up some passenger services in Padston, just to keep them happy. I think we'll just keep it pretty simple to start with. Skirts there, with only having 2 stations, no messing around with clockwise and anti-clockwise. A couple of those running. Quickly just going to set the group up. High speed bus, Padston and inner city. Excellent. Now we can build some tracks here, which I think we'll have coming this way down. Again, just a very quick bus service to go into Carhatton. So as not to annoy the local people, way. Carhatton. In a city. Not that it's really a city, but you know what I mean. Okay, some more tracks here. Go a little bit long here. Go out a little bit. Yeah, thought I'd done that wrong. That's okay. Always try and get at least train length 2 on a curve, as it helps to maintain the speed of the vehicle. To find where we're going again here. Where are those oil wells? Ah, there they are. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to go... I'm going to go this way around, actually. I don't have to worry too much then about town. So, let's just see where that's going to go to. Yeah, that's fine. Get ourselves a bridge here. Okay, for now, I'm just going to go with the 70 mile an hour one, as it's only a freight service and probably won't even be doing that speed at this point. Nice little jaunt along the coast. Some scenic views. Okay. All up along here. That's going to cost a lot of money to do that. How much is a bridge? A lot less. So we'll use a bridge there. And a bridge here. And then I think we'll just tunnel through here. Let's just make that even all the way through. Tunnel, tunnel. I think if we go this way around, it should hopefully not annoy them. The good people of Flimfing Way. Okay, we're nearly there. Right. So yeah, I think we'll have this coming up from this side here. And I'm going to have this station as a terminus station. rather than Roro. In fact, thinking about it, come over a little bit more. Actually, no, changed my mind there. I was just thinking about whether to not use a lorry service to connect this one up and just go to the station there, but that's a fair amount of distance then that this one's got to go. So, yeah, I think we'll stick with the original plan. Have that there. I'll get rid of these. Okay. I'll get our again. So of that 8 long, and as this is going to be a terminus station, we'll pop some of the buffer stops on the end. Right, let's get some signalling in. So pass signal at the start, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll see here that I've already got the signal distance in at 8 tiles, so you hold control, and then just down the line, that'll then populate the whole line there. We're being very British, of course, driving on the left hand side. And depot to go in this side. And then let's just get the signalling sorted at the other end. So, pass signal there. I always generally tend to put pass signals here as well at the exit of the station. I don't think you really need to, but sometimes with this patch I have had problems with trains being a bit funny there, so, and we'll put a depot in there as well. So that's our first train line set up. Now what we need to do is to set up our lorry service. I'll go here, go to lorries. Oh, mouse is giving me all sorts of jip. So we'll have 3 stations here. And then we need a receiving station or receiving point. So what you do here is hold control down again, and this time what it'll allow you to do is to join a station. So Trenborn East. So this lorry station is now part of this train station. We'll just connect those up, and then we'll do similar on this side. Nice bit of symmetry. We'd like to leave a 1 tile gap just in case we ever need to expand the station in the future. So again, 3 there, connected to Trenborn East. get our lorry station set up here. 3 of those. Great, and let's get some depots down. Get some vehicles running on these roads. And then we'll get our trains sorted. Great, so far by doing this I've not actually had to take out any more loan, which is good news. So, new vehicles, so I'm going to change this to oil. Because these are relatively short distance, we'll definitely go with capacity, I think. Okay, so they're the 4,000. Just look at the running costs here. So this one's got, I know it has the same, 412. They're all £412 a year. So really, any of these will be fine. These have got slightly better tractive effort, which will mean that they'll accelerate a little bit quicker. So I think we'll go with this one. Both the same price. So I want that to go there and then to here. And then when it gets to Trenborn East, this time we're going to basically tell it not to load, but instead of unloading, we're going to tell it to transfer. And what that'll do is it'll just dump everything that it's picked up here into the train station. Then obviously once we get our oil train running, that'll be picking up all that oil from the station there. So I think we'll start off with 3 vehicles here. And what I'm going to do now is I'll just not press control, but just click clone. Instead of going to Trenborn Wells, I'll tell it to go to Fenninghead Wells. And remember this time to skip the orders. And again, we'll start with just 3 vehicles there to get that going. Quickly set up our group. So this time this is going to be in freight. So a little bit similar to what we did with the fish before. Oil to oil refinery. Tell it what it's doing. In fact, no, that's not right. It's not going to the oil refinery. Oil to oil transfer. And the transfer station is Trenborn East. And that's getting oil from Trenborn Wells and Fenninghead Wells. So we'll just again hold control down. I know that looking at the number order here, I did Trenborn Wells first, so we'll get number 37 control. That moves them all in. And these little fellas all just sit in there. Great. So we've now got oil being taken to our transfer station here. Now all we need is a train to take that to the refinery. So another little tip here. Best thing to do first is just to select oil before you even start looking at your wagons, just to see what the maximum speed that you're going to be able to take. So this wagon here, the 6-wheel tank wagon, probably the one we're going to be using, so that takes 12,000 litres of oil. And it'll do 55 miles an hour. So when we now go to, we go to none, And then we just go. I say max speed, we probably want to be looking at tractive effort. So tractive effort is basically, you know, how powerful it is and how much weight it can pull. It's particularly important with freight because a lot of the freight that you carry is quite heavy. So we've got this here which will only do 30 miles an hour. This here that will do 40. I don't like using the passenger ones for freight. It's not as realistic for me now. So I've got this one here, 50 miles an hour. So I think we'll go with that one. We'll buy that there. Back to oil. And I think to start off with, we'll try train length of 4. It's probably not going to be enough. But I just want to see how that gets on first. So let's tell it to go to Trenborn East. And then take that to the refinery. And there we'll want it to unload and leave empty. So we'll get that going. Oh, yep. I always forget that. So, yeah. All the early game freight trains need a brake van, so might as well use the 20 ton because the 10 ton can only do 40. So we'll buy that. That's on its way. And already, because of the transfer order they've put in, there's lots of cargo waiting to be collected here, so this should just completely fully load up now. Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough. But it's the speed of the vehicle really that I wanted to be looked at, which we'll have a look at next time. So just very quickly, we'll set our group up. And this is oil to oil refinery. What's that called again? Flanningville refineries. Oh, that's coming from Trenborn East. Okay, cool. Move that into there. Okay, so got our first cargo trains and ships going, which, as you can see, is already starting to really help with the amount of money that we're getting. In fact, very quickly before we sign off, we'll just go and pay back. In fact, we'll pay back as much of that as we can. I always like to try and get rid of the loan as quickly as I can. Right. Thanks guys, thanks for joining me today. Hope to see you next time. This is Tommy P, signing off.